over 70% of people are affected either physically or psychologically by stress. So in this video, I'm going to show you how EFT or tapping can reduce your stress or anxiety quickly. Stress causes us to avoid doing things that we know we should be doing. It causes us to make the wrong decisions or maybe second guess our decisions. And sometimes it just makes us feel distracted and worried. Many things lead to stress, and it is really important to get to the root cause. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to use a very powerful tool that releases stress and anxiety from the mind and body in just minutes. So most people spend a lot of their time trying to figure out how to overcome their problems or what to do next. And that's great, except that most of them are only focused on what they're doing in like their conscious awareness, which means what they're doing in this current moment, what they're thinking and focusing on in this moment. And the problem with that is that 90 to 95% of what we actually do or don't do is happening without our conscious awareness. It's our subconscious. It's our automatic response to life. So if you think about, have you ever driven somewhere where you've gone like a million times and the next thing you know, you're there and you're like, I don't even remember how I got here. That's because of this automatic being an autopilot response, which is just part of being a human. And we are on autopilot most of our life. And if we do everything that we want and we have everything that we've ever wanted, that's totally fine. But most of the clients that I work with are not where they want to be. And so it's like crucially important to understand and reveal and shine a light on all of the automatic thoughts and emotions and behaviors that are actually happening, because it's those thoughts and emotions and behaviors that lead to the exact results that you have right now. So if you are in a place in your life where you are not excited about it and you are not where you want to be, then you have to figure out these automatic thoughts, emotions, patterns that have led you to where you are right now so that you can do something differently, right? So like I said, that's ultimately what we want to do. But in this video, we first need to get to that first layer of what happens with automatic thoughts and emotions that lead to stress and anxiety. Because if we don't break through this first layer, we're never going to get to those patterns. Okay, so imagine that you need to give a presentation, and doing this presentation is going to determine your income for the next, say, several months, right? So if you are feeling stressed and anxious, do you think that you're going to have a better outcome? Or do you think that those negative emotions might hinder your outcome? Or maybe you're at a place where you're trying to decide what to do next in your business or your life, right? So if you have to make a big decision, do you think that it's more beneficial to make a decision from a place of feeling stress and anxious, or from a place of feeling calm and relaxed? So the emotions, the body's response when you are in stress or anxiety, not only is it like a shitty feeling to be in, but it literally determines everything else that you do. So it's really important to have a tool that can help you to release that stress and anxiety. And unfortunately, we live in a world that rewards us for doing more, working harder, working faster, accomplishing, making more money. And all of that comes with a lot of stress and anxiety. And over time, that builds up in our system. And then we start to make decisions and move forward out of this place of stress and anxiety. So again, I'm here to help you just release some of that right now with a quick tool like EFT. I'm going to tell you exactly how this works so that you understand how valuable it is. And you can start to do this and practice this and start to move forward quicker and easier and with more ease, instead of struggling through the anxiety and stress every time you got to move forward. So just to kind of take a step back for a minute. So what's happening when you're doing these automatic autopilot behaviors is what's happening is that you are having a thought and it's causing a response in your body. That's the mind-body connection that I am referring to. And that is why EFT or tapping is so incredibly powerful, because it's not just a change your thought process kind of thing. It's actually getting to the mind-body connection. And that is where you're able to break old cycles, old patterns, and old habits. If you're only thinking consciously in your thoughts of your right now in this moment, conscious awareness, you're ignoring the automatic stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and you're just going to not have that long-lasting breakthrough that you want. So that is why EFT can be so powerful if it's something that you not only do in the moment, but also continue to do just to unravel all of the old beliefs and patterns and behaviors that you know are not leading to the desired outcome that you want. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. So let's say that you are a business owner and you are feeling a little bit like, okay, I don't have the money that I want in my business right now. And you're thinking that you've got to do some things to move forward, like networking or hosting a webinar. And what is happening is you are having thoughts about those things. You're having thoughts either about your financial situation, the need for money, what you have to do to make money. And those things are causing you to have a thought about it. So you have a thought about those things, and then that thought triggers a emotion in your body, which then triggers a hormonal response, literally a hormonal response. There's hormones that are circulated through your body in response to a thought. And that is what you can feel in your body. Sometimes you can feel it actually, and sometimes you don't feel it, but it's always happening. And so that's why it's really important to tune in to see what you actually are feeling, you actually are thinking, so that you can go after it. Because if we just pretend that we're all fine and positive and we're not getting to the truth, then we're not going to actually change anything, right? So if I'm about to go up on stage and I have a room full of people in front of me and I think, oh my God, I'm not ready, or oh my God, what are they going to think, or they're going to judge me, that is going to cause an emotional response in my body. It's going to trigger the stress response in my body, which is the hormones that are going to start circulating through my body. It's literally an emotional and a physiological response. So your heart starts to beat really fast. Your mouth might get really dry. You might start to have like clammy, sweaty palms. That's all part of this stress response. But we have a very, very powerful tool literally at our fingertips called tapping. And so what you are able to do literally with your fingertips is you just tap on acupuncture points. And these are points that have been clinically proven to turn off the fight or flight response. So we turn off, it's like a light switch. We turn off the response, that automatic trigger, and then within 5 minutes, the cortisol level starts to come down. And we're tapping through this, right? So we're tapping, we're voicing the reasons that we're stressed, our thoughts, our emotions, everything that's coming up for us, we're voicing it, we're honoring it, we're hearing it while we're tapping. And what that does is within 5 minutes, you start to feel the difference because the cortisol level is down. And if you're really triggered, if it's really intense, and then what you would need to do is actually tap for a little bit longer, like 10 minutes, then you start to get to the adrenaline level, and the adrenaline level starts to come down. So between 5 and 10 minutes, if you are tapping, you can just pause and you can evaluate before you start and then after you stop, and you can notice the difference. Like say you want to rate it on a scale from 10. This is what I often do. Is like a scale from 1 to 10, how intense does it feel before you start? Then you do the tapping for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you check in with yourself and ask yourself, okay, how intense are these emotions or the sensation in my body? And the goal is to get that number as low as possible. So say you started at a 10, you do a round of tapping, you get it down to a 5. You can feel that difference. You feel significant, but 5 is still moderately high, right? So you might want to do another few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes again. And the goal is to get that number as low as possible. I like to use an analogy of it's like a screen. So say that you have a thought like, oh my God, what if they judge me? What if I don't do a good job and they're going to judge me? Okay. The stress response kicks in, and it's like a screen in front of your face. Literally. It's like, that's what it's like. And when you tap, you start to lower the screen, and imagine like having clear thoughts and clear decisions and knowing exactly what to do and getting the right input and everything if your face is covered and your eyes are covered and your ears are covered, right? But when you lower this using tapping, you lower the screen, you can start to see more clearly. You can hear more clearly. You can process your thoughts. Everything slows down. So that's literally what is happening when you do something like EFT or tapping, is that you lower that stress response, which literally clears things up. You're more focused, you're more determined, you're more motivated, you're more like in tune with what you need to do. It's literally like magic, in my opinion, though it's not magic, it's physiologic. Okay, so I'm just going to show you really quickly how to tap. I'm not going to go through an entire tapping process, but this is what it means to tap. And we're tapping on the acupuncture points, and you just say words and phrases that are your true thoughts and emotions. And that's what you do. And you do it over and over for 5 to 10 minutes. And then, like I said, you stop, you reevaluate, you tune into your body, and you see how much has come down. Okay. And then you repeat if necessary. So I had a client who was really stressed. She had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, like just across the board, and in particular related to money. And so when I started working with her, it got really clear that she was avoiding, like even making a to-do list would give her anxiety. So she would barely put together a to-do list, and then she wouldn't really do it because a lot of it had to do with making offers and raising her prices and putting her services out there and declaring her value and all of these things that triggered a lot of anxiety and stress in her system. And so what she was doing is she was, scrolling on Facebook and watching Netflix and doing busy work and working on old clients instead of, trying to get new clients. And it was really affecting her. It was affecting her life. It was affecting her bottom line. It was affecting her ability to continue building her business. And so when she started to use this technique with her coaching, and she started to release some of the stress and anxiety, we were able to go deeper and deeper to get to the root cause of what was really stopping her, was really giving her that fear of not wanting to put herself out there. And her life just absolutely changed because she was able to use such a powerful technique throughout our, sessions together to release the resistance. And then, like I said, get deeper and deeper into why that was happening. So this is like really powerful for that first layer of like that initial feeling of stress and anxiety. And then you can continue to do this work to get to the deeper layers and then eventually get to the root cause. But don't take my word for it. Give it a try. Come back. Let me know in the comments. How did this work for you? What came up? What kind of experience did you have before and after doing some tapping? I just can't wait for you to experience this. It's super powerful. And the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. And the more you start to just do it whenever you start to feel these sensations, you're like, oh man, I got to go tap. So it's powerful. It's amazing. And I can't wait to hear how it's helping you. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified of any future transformational videos that I put out. And just remind you, they come out weekly on Sundays. And I will see you soon. Bye.